Namaste, it's Anoni Snowflake here. We're on day 32 of our 108-day aligning self, meditative aligning self story time challenge. I think that's what it's called. I'm not quite sure. And so we're reading out this one, which I'm surprised at. This was the very first one we started our challenge on. And then, so it'd be at the start of the week. And then went 13 days. So it was at the end of the other week because it was talking about the dark man dreams and stuff. And it was deep. It was amazing. Women who run with wolves. So it's the wild woman archetype. My mum used to do a lot of shamanic stuff when she was alive, down in southwest Cornwall. Her name was Whispering Reed Woman, which the Native American, some native tribe of Native American Indians in America gave her. They named our father Grey Owl, I do believe, and they gave us the name Snowflake. She died when she was 32. She was found washed up on a beach 3 days after her death or something. So proper post-mortem couldn't be done. Suspected suicide. So there's lineage on the, what's it called, the matriarchal family side, that's quite deep and needs healing. We attempted suicide at 18 ourselves and are lucky to be here. And it's been, and still is occasionally, but nowhere near there as much. It depends if it gets triggered. It was recently triggered because we had another benefits, disability benefits form to fill out. No, it's okay. We're just wording it. We're not going to talk about it. It's I know. So yeah, it being day 32, which I only just made the connections to when we went to the toilet earlier. Our toilet of insights in the bathroom portal. The bath and the toilet are very influential. I'm sure that will become clearer in time. So yeah, it's intense and strong, but the alignment of the energies, that's what needs to be done and read. And so we're supporting it. It's in between the two poems, a poem for every day of the year and a poem for every night of the year, to bring us into more presence. And we sometimes the younger ones do the recording on Facebook personal page or our Facebook Shinto Self-Empowerment page. But the last two that's been done on that, we haven't been able to download the video like we normally do. And I don't know why. We thought it was due to a certain face, like those apps you put in to kind of change the video, make it a bit abstract, or put in lights or something. But we didn't do that today, and it still did it. But mind you, one was on the Facebook page and one was on the Shinto kind of page, which is different. One's personal and one's more business, but it's not a business. So yeah, it looks like we're just gonna have to do it straight onto here. But the younger alters that are meant to do the morning ones, or I think that's what they're meant to do, don't quite use here yet. So it's interesting watching the pattern shift and change. So they've organized the books again, or they've not organized all of them, but they've taken them out and put them in piles that relate to, so we've got chakra yoga, The Secret Life of Wellness, which is also by Inna Segal, who does these cards. And we've already got on the journey of involution to co-consciousness, which is what that we read that book out on. We've already got the secret language of your body, and it's got some great meditations in there. It has all the systems of the body and the organs. It has the emotions to work with, or to dance with, we like to say, and it has the colors as well. So that channel is more to do with activities, exercises, meditations, things to actually do, whether it be journaling or yoga, or, you know, take part in active stuff, really, I think, or more developed stuff, so stuff that's kind of deep, because it's a journey of involution. Involution is the Sanskrit word for evolution, but evolution's external, and evolution is the journey inwards to self-discovery, to one's deeper self. So the book, like, we've got The End of Time, which we're going to read the introduction to soon. We've got the multidimensional galactic being accessing your multidimensional galactic center. We've got the information on the Mayan calendar and how to use a calendar that's designed to circular system thinking, rather than the linear system thinking calendars that we're used to. This channel is the host body, our birth given name, the name of the body. And this is us growing, learning, expanding, becoming aware. So it's a lot more of the younger ones that use this channel. I think this is what is coming to light, and it's about how do these channel, and to Shinto self-empowerment is the collective of us, whichever collective of us are working in that moment, in the now of the conscious eyes, because we've gone through 40 years of our life. We had a 40th in the psych ward in February, which that's another story, because the systems don't understand DID and they don't understand Ehlers-Danlos syndrome and rare processing language disorder or autism. But this is our purpose in life, to transcend these labels, to see the gifts of them, which we already do now. Not all of us, but a majority of us, that enables us to collectively feel it more. So when we go into the lows, they can actually be deeper and darker now, but they're more familiar, we understand them more, and there's more acceptance of ebbing and flow with it, to either flow with it or to put in a little bit of guidance. I don't know, with whatever goes on, we're still developing language skills. So the Shinto self-empowerment page, it's had our lunar living, doing our moon transit and sun's energy empowerment shifts with sound healings, which a lot of the therapists and lecturers and counselors and teachers and other alters in us have put together to access the alters that are resisting change and resisting moving forwards, that like to watch a lot of stuff, that get drawn in by pictures and don't necessarily understand words. It's working a treat as well, I tell you. So for instance, so we're doing this on on this page, we've got a load of oracle cards, and on this page we're going to start reading out so that the younger ones can continue to develop their language skills and networks in the brain, and therefore networks also in the body, and the dance between the two, because they love cards. One of their favorite games when they were young, when we were younger, which is still them now because of the stunted brain and trauma, was memory. So, and all of this is about developing memory and connecting memory, not in the general consensus of how we interpret and define and understand memory in the collective at the moment. This is our personal journey with understanding memory from experiences, and then the experiences happen have happened, and then the knowledge and the theory comes in to be able to gain the language to put with the experience. So all the oracle cards will be done on this channel. It's already been started on this channel already with the star tarot with a few numbers, but in a different format. Or is it? Yeah, it's a different format. We're going to start a new format. We'll continue on with the star tarot, how we're doing it, because that's one altar already started their project. But now to find the common denominators between other altars and the younger ones is that you can, when you buy a book, you get energy from that book, whether you realize it or not, whether you read it or not. If you read it, you get a different type of energy, and you're bringing different energies in together. You bring the subtler energetic body in of just having the physical book, but then when you start reading it, you're bringing in the energetic body of the mind. When you repeat reading it, you bring in more energies to then bring it down more into physical manifestation of a conscious comprehension and understanding and awareness. So we're going to take that same principle. Some of the books we're doing as books, and we're reading them and finishing them. There are counselling, our therapist tools. We've done heaps of this before. We've had support before, not with the DID as such. We had support with a therapist with the DID to start with, but then she wanted us to actually go and see her in Camborne in her place, and that was just too not safe for us. It wasn't conducive to all of our healings to be able to do that. So we were then left on our own to support ourselves again, of which we're doing. And this is our purpose in life again, not only to show the gifts and the positives of what these labels and disorders bring us, which we'll think of new terminology for that's got a positive connotation, vibration to it, but also how they interact together, and then to show people how that don't have anyone to support them, how we can do this journey to unconditional self-love and respect, and understanding needs and boundaries and self-alignment and self-healing. But it's for everyone. Everyone experiences trauma, some kind of trauma at some point in their life. It's just so this will be open and designed for anyone and everyone, but who comes to choose and do it or not is up to them. And the first 3 units of the course will be free as well, or the first 2 units and some other. And yeah, there's a stuff going on which I'm not quite sure about, because otherwise it does our conscious brain on overload. So they're always at work in the back sorting stuff out. So we read the introduction and the backs of the books, and the contents, and there's a multitude of reasons we're not going into now of why that gets done. So we're taking that same principle and putting it into the cards. And then over on our journey of involution to co-consciousness, it will be same format but with the tarot cards. So for instance, we've got the Secret Language of Colour cards by Inna Segal on this channel that will connect in with the Secret of Life Wellness that will be on our Shinto Self-Empowerment channel, that then connects into the Secret Language of Our Body on the Journey of Involution channel. With the Chakra Yoga on this channel, we've got this 52-week Chakra Yoga book, which takes you on a journey again of self-discovery, but it's on a more mild, gentler journey rather than a really deep journey. So that's going to be for this channel. I don't know if that's to be started this year or next year, or sometime later in this year to go on to next year, but it's been put in the pile. Stuff we're quite oblivious to a lot of stuff as well until it's meant to be known. And on top of that book for this channel, we've got our astro, it's the astro moon astro journal, because we've got the moon astro diary which we do daily, but that's a journal which is to be done weekly, and that's on the same pile. So that's obviously linking in the astrology with the astronomy. I think the astronomy probably is going to go in another book. But it's linking in the moon cycles and rhythms with astrology, with the chakras. And then we actually have, by the same author of the book, we have the chakra oracle cards. But then by the same author again, we've got the chakra tarot cards, and they're going to be over on our Journey of Involution channel. And so leave that to a side, we'll come back to that. We then have one other book in this channel's thing with the oracle chakra cards and the chakra self-discovery book, and that's the subtle body colouring book. So it's tapping into the energetic subtle body, and with that colouring book we've also got a whole book which brings in the subtle energetic body. So you're bringing in Chinese medicine and meridians and all their philosophy of the subtle body, India and prana and the nadis. So your nadis are what the Indians or the Hindus call the channels which the energy flows down, which the Chinese call meridians. The Chinese call energy qi, and the Japanese call it ki, hence Reiki's Japanese. Rei is universe, ki is energy, universal energy. Qi is energy. Qi gong is the flow of energy in the body. It's gong, the gong thing, we do know that, one of us knows that. And then in India it's called prana, and prana flows down the nadis. In Thailand they're called sen lines, and again what the word they use for energy is gone. So we've got a whole book on that which will be on our Shinto self-empowerment page, with the secret life of wellness, also with a chakra yoga book which goes into yoga and the chakras and the connection a bit more. And then going back over to the Journey of Involution channel, we've got a more in-depth book of the chakras combined with yoga, combined with the self-discovery. So it's combining all of those three concepts, philosophies, cultures, perspectives into one. And then there's the chakra tarot cards, and then there's which is amazing, we've already done some of this one. It's got some fabulous meditations in it again at the end, and it's the Yoga of the Subtle Body by D.S. Little. T.S. Little is pronounced T-I-A-S, is spout, but I don't know if it's pronounced T.S. or D.S. So that's all sectioned down there. And then we've got our other pile of books with shaking medicine, the oldest and newest form of medicine, polarity therapy, metaphysics, all the different reflexology, aromatherapy, Swedish massage, all the different alternative, natural, holistic therapies that we've been in and done and experienced. And yeah, we don't even have all the books for all of them. And we're also very maths-based. Maths and art was our strongest subjects at school, and we've grown up in a science background. So we're jack of all trades, master of none, but it's the best survivor going, and it's much better to be a jack of all trades, master of none, and be a best and survive. So we're very lucky to the way our life's taken us from one perspective. No, we're not lucky. It's all been planned out and designed. It's not luck at all. And we've done exceptional to navigate through what we've had to navigate through, and now we're mapping it out in our unique way, which tends to start very backwards and complicated to get to the simple. And then we've got all our internet of cryptocurrency and our finance books and probability. We've got other maths books and molecule and science, but they're like separate. To our counselling and therapy worksheets and stuff, so that we'll be able to provide free PDFs and free worksheets to go, so people can join in at their own pace with this and have free material to access to start their journey, so that not having any money can't be an excuse not to do these things. We've got Dr. Emirotto Masoto Emirotto, some hidden messages in water, about water crystals. We've got the cards of them to go with the book. And then we've got like our spirograph and other colouring in books and things, and a sacred geometry course to start. So yeah, there's a huge, diverse collection of the fun tools for the shadow dance with life that we're creating between these channels. And it does come across complicated and a bit scatty and chaotic, but welcome to our world. We're sharing with authenticity, integrity and transparency our live reality healing show as we do it, as it unfolds to us. And there'll be some stuff that unfolds to us before the viewer, but there's going to be stuff that unfolds to the viewer before us, because we always tend to recognize stuff in others before we recognize it in ourselves. But that's the sign to then guide us when we recognize stuff in others, be it perceived good or bad, and we get triggered or react in a good or bad way. That's a sign and a message of what we need to look at in ourselves. Go, oh yeah, okay, we're envious of that person because they're doing that. We want to do that, but we can't do that, or we're not good enough at doing that. And it's like, well, actually, no, that's in your deepest being and you can do that. You just need to clear out some of those frequencies and memories residing in the matrix of the body, the connective tissue, the fascia, to then embrace in the new energies to reach that potential that you have. And we're going to stop there. I'm going to pull a card. We put the energies in and we shuffle them beforehand. And we're going to ask for a card to be given for the highest good of everyone concerned and Mother Gaia, that can get the best message out that's needed for most, etc., etc. We're not good at putting words in, but the energies know it. We've been doing this for long enough now. It's all in the energies. Sound very powerful, very gentle. Okay, please, energies, can we have a card quickly? I know that's the ego talking now, but if you don't do it quickly, we'll have to pull one, which is fine as well, but we prefer, our hands are tired. See, just doing this, it's like good for our finger exercise, and finger exercise is good because that accesses your peripheral nervous system. You need your peripheral nervous system to strengthen to counterbalance the central nervous system, which needs to be strong to handle all the stronger, higher vibrations passing through of what Jung psychology calls it, the collective unconscious. And it's the central nervous system that counterbalances the peripheral nervous system and vice versa. Hence why yoga strengthens you from the current day systems of yoga. When they teach it, strengthen you from your limbs of action, your hands and your feet first, because they're your peripheral nervous system, so that when they're strong and you reach your center, the strong, powerful energy in your core and your center doesn't then, or the Kundalini right energy that resides in your sacrum, whatever you want to call it. I know what we know, but we're not going to share that now because we're not in those networks, and I don't want to go into those networks. There we go. It's intense and it's powerful. It's lightning bolt, pinpoint focused energy. And if your body's channels aren't strong to handle the energy going down, it will be like a river that suddenly hits sand and rock that corrodes easily and start making its own pathways. And that's actually what fibromyalgia is. It's the ability to make new pathways, which is fab. You know, if you've got one channel blocked, you can start making your own new channel. It's a genius mechanism of the body. but it causes double the amount of pain. The pain of the blockage in the optimum channel, that the energy flows down, and the pain of the new channel being built. So we'll look at this together. This is the colour that we're dancing with. Oh, it's pink again. We got pink in that other card, number 5. I can't remember a word. Alignment. Pink tulips. Let love in, and it's number 4. And we were talking about 32 being the age our mum died, which also connects into the 5 of the other card that we just pulled for the poem reading. And we were 4 when she died, and so the number 4, 5. This is how you can access traumas and not. So this is our psychotherapy. This is us using our voice. It's us expressing. It's us talking through, so that we watch back and can do that constructive feedback loop of information, but not in the conventional way from the left brain, where you're just repeating and going over it and over it and over it to re-trigger and re-trigger and re-trigger and re-trauma and re-trauma and re-trauma and just go, can't cope no more. So this is going into a creative, expanded, artistic, abstract way, but using left brain as well. So yeah, so let love in, pink, the higher heart, thymus. Doing the thymus tap before bed helps your rhythm, so that helps you sleep better. So we're going to read the back of the box, etc., in the book, and then we'll get to the colour of the card. The Secret Language of Colour Cards. Author of The Secret Language of Your Body by Inna Segal. Creator of visionary, intuitive healing. 45 cards and a guidebook. Discover the incredible healing power of colour. The Secret Language of Colour Cards is your key to unlocking the extraordinary healing abilities of colour. Author Inna Segal guides you through many creative ways of using the cards, from simply asking a question and pulling a card from the deck, to placing a colour card directly on an area of the body to channel that colour's particular healing vibration. Creating your own unique wellness practices have never been easier. Combining the power of colour with healing processes, actions, and affirmations, this vibrant card deck can be used daily to help you receive inspired, intuitive messages of guidance and restore your body to its natural state of health, vitality, and harmony. Niso. Fisto. Featuring 45 stunning cards, each infused with a unique healing vibration, spanning the colour spectrum from scarlet, amber, jade to plum, and an accompanying guidebook. The Secret Language of Colour cards will assist you in adding more creativity, joy, harmony, balance, and wellness to all areas of your life. Inna Segal, I'm just going to show you. Inna Segal, the creator of visionary intuitive healing and author of The Secret Language of Your Body, is an internationally recognized healer, professional speaker, television host, and author. Inna dedicates herself to assisting others in their journey of self-healing and empowerment. For more about Inna Segal and her work, visit www.innasegal, INNASEGAL.com. And just while we're there, we might do the spectrum. We do the spectrum of energies, you see, because everything's about spectrums. So the conscious, aware, seen energy, spectrum of energies that we're dancing within is lavender, Connect to body, mind, and soul. Number 44. Number 44 is the number of environment, which we connect to Bruce Lipton and epigenetics, nurture nature. And the bottom, underline, unaware, unseen, spectrum of energies that we're dancing within, is 41. So that number 5 again. 5 and 8, they're what we had. They're the numbers that the other ones totaled in that card reading earlier as well. So we're dancing in between the spectrum energies of numbers 5 and 8. So 6 and 7, unconditional love, and 7, spirituality and self-growth. So plum, overcome your challenges. Yeah, and then we've got mauve on the bottom of that, so it's a purple again, and then rainbow on the top. So yeah, that's awesome. We were just going to show you the card, one card that sadly got ruined, but so first time when things were really bad after the seizures, and we didn't know how to ask for help or anything, and we were in lots of pain, and we couldn't get out of bed much, couldn't cook, couldn't do anything like that, and we used to eat a lot of packet meats and cheese and sweets and stuff would get piled up on the bed, and there'd be books and all kinds of things, and you had moldy meat and moldy cheese and stuff in this pile up on the side of the bed. So that's going back a few years after the seizures, so 4 years now. Before the build up to the psych ward, we discovered discovered it after the psych ward. It was a similar pattern of a build up of stuff next to us on the side of the bed, but it was of our sound healing koshi chimes, tuning forks. There wasn't any food. I think there was an empty tub of, I don't even think it was empty, of yogurt, because we couldn't physically eat. We couldn't swallow because of the EDS, and we couldn't drink. We lost 3 or 4 stone in a few weeks. We haven't been able to, it takes a while to do all this, but the plan is that we go back through our digital media, social media entries, photos, videos, audio recordings, and put it all together so that we've actually got a scientific timeline evidence of when things happened. So yeah, and this card was there. 22, the second master number, the number of intuition, and the master builder number. Double dose of the 2, that was what the energies were dancing in with numbers earlier as well. And it's yellow, purify your body. And there was some of the yogurt, because that's obviously easy to swallow, on it. I don't know, there's lots of weird things on it. I don't know quite what they were. They actually look really good together, those colours, don't they? So yeah, that's in the pack, but the perfectionist in us is like, oh, it doesn't look neat and new. But that's okay, it's got a story behind it and some very strong energies. So we'll go on to the guidebook now. As a gifted healer and a pioneer in the field of energy medicine and human consciousness, Inna Segal can see illness and blocks in a person's body by intuitive means, explain what is occurring, and guide people through self-healing processes. When Inna was a teenager, she suffered from severe back pain. Though she visited doctors, chiropractors, and other healthcare professionals, her condition was deteriorating. By her early 20s, Inna's pain was so intense that for weeks she was barely able to walk. Know these well. In an incredible twist of fate, while meditating, Inna discovered an unusual way of communicating with her body. And that's also processes that we're going through, and different again. By tuning into her back and releasing all the pain and negative emotions, she was able to heal herself. Her practical healing. It's really funny. We learn a lot about ourselves and what's going on from a reflection of our beautiful boy cat, grey tuxedo Zendaya. So like we do tuning forks on him or lots of healing on him as well, because obviously he has to grow and develop. And we purposely got grey because we normally get black, but purposely got grey. We're normally drawn to black. We've only had one cat before in our adult life, beautiful Dakota. He lived with us in a van and used to come on cliff, coastal path walks with us and everything. Moontime. But grey is very good for children, being around children and healing your inner children. So our inner children needed that, I suppose, in a cat. And he'll get twitches and spasms, and we massage him, and it's very interesting. And he gets a few bold patches as well, which he's got some more coming, and they're in relation to us as well, where we have our tightness and our blockages and congestion. He's showing up those patterns on us, basically. So we learn about us with him, and that's a massive drive for us to heal ourselves, because we don't want to cause pain on another living being. And it was unconscious to us, but it's due to all our pain and our darkness that we were holding inside, because we didn't know any way of releasing it and hadn't had grown up with any role models to show us how to or know about any of this. And Tagoda, black absorbs energy, white reflects, and Tagoda absorbed it all, and he died at just under the age of 2. And it triggered all our grief, and we got stuck in the woods for a couple of weeks, sleeping out wild. We just couldn't do anything. And now our awareness understands energy and how it works. We need to do as much as we can to heal ourselves, not to impose that on other living beings. But we don't impose it on very minimal on other human beings. Other humans accidentally do it more on us, because we absorb it like Tagoda, and we couldn't do that anymore. Hence, we've had to cut everyone out of our life pretty much. And Tagoda taught us unconditional love. A cat taught us unconditional love. And Zen is continuing that journey, and we're ever so grateful for him, because some people say that cats are disloyal when they leave you. And they're not disloyal, and they don't leave you. They're just smart. They don't put up with it, with abuse. They don't put up with shit. So if you're disrespectful to them, they're like, well, fine, I'll go and find another familiar partner. I'm not going to stay with someone that abuses me. And we don't abuse him. He's our world, teaching him to self-care. He's doing all kinds of twitches and spasming now, looking after him and nurturing our plants is the nurturing on the external that teaches us how to nurture on the internal. And we couldn't go within a meter of each other, and I have memories of this. I don't have memories of lots of stuff before the psych ward, but I have memories of this, and we could never really be closer than a meter to each other, which is 3 foot, isn't it? About a meter, 3.3 foot. And that's the distance of your physical aura going out on the energetic body. But we spent a lot of time being within each other a meter away, and he went so skinny as well. Both of us went really skinny. I couldn't look after myself, so I couldn't look after him. And he never left us. He never abandoned us, and he never rejected us. And animals, dogs are very loyal, and some people need dogs, even if they abuse them, because they get something out of them in their life. There's a reason and a purpose for everything. But that is our sign to us that we've got a pure heart. Even if others don't understand us, animals understand us, and nature understand us, and we're learning to understand us, so that then we can develop stuff to facilitate others to understand us. And this is also part of the bigger shift of other people. There's lots of different people around the world that will be going through this process in their own authentic, unique, integral way. And that will catalyze ability in the shift of consciousness for more compassion between people, pro-peace, not anti-war, having a more compassionate. Being on the aeroplane, you have to put your own gas mask on first. We have to unconditionally love and nurture ourselves first before we can do it for anyone else. Yeah. Her practical healing techniques, healing frequency, internet presence, and radio and television appearances are changing the lives of millions of people around the world. For further information on Inna Segal, visionary intuitive healing, and other powerful products, please visit her again at her website, innasegal.com. Contents. Introduction. 1. I just want to check. So, yeah. Number 1, the first number we read, the number that we read isn't the page number, it's the number related to the colour on the card. 1, rainbow, connect to nature's spirit. 2, red, freedom from pain. 3, we got one in the fridge. Yes, we do. We need to eat it, don't we? We got root chakra, second chakra, and third chakra, red, yellow, and orange in the fridge. Watermelon, pineapple, and mango. No, watermelon, mango, and pineapple. But you go red to orange. You go from red to yellow to orange because orange supports yellow, and orange is shh. 3, watermelon, fun, your inner child. 4, pink, love. 5, magenta, connect inward. 6, rose, attraction, relationships. 7, scarlet, success. 8, ruby, rejuvenation, the body. 9, cherry, extraordinary life. 10, burgundy, passion. 11, auburn, grounding. 12, brown, boundaries. And breathe. In. Interesting, we're talking about inner. In. But if you pronounce it with an Australian accent, I think it's Australian. Fish and chips. One's Australian, one's Kiwi. I think Kiwi's more of an A for the I, and E is more of the Australian, I think, for the I. So in, which is how it's spelled, would be pronounced in. And if you do that the other way round, N-E-E, is the phonics of ni, which is the sound of your soma chakra, which is behind your third eye and balances out the masculine and feminine energies, and which is silver, which is, so you have do, a deer, a female, deer, do, re, mi, fa, so, blah, blah, blah. The Sanskrit scale for that is sa, re, ga, ma, pa, da, ni, sa, but it's spelled N-I. And we've got knee pain. So yeah, this is just the connections of all the stuff going on. This is our secret language of our body through the DID and the Ehlers-Danlos syndrome and the autism and the processing language disorder. Becoming co-conscious. And remembering to breathe and not hold the breath. You build up a lot of energy holding the breath. Enough that someone that's not eaten and drunk for a week needs 8 people to physically restrain her in a psych ward because they fed you medication and you're in survival mode. Boy, we've got a good story to tell. Well, we are telling it in our unique way. As soon as we discovered that thing that for ages, we were trying to do a little about section briefly, ended up being an hour and a half and really long on audio, on video, to discover when we finally had the courage to go back to the videos that we'd created that the altar started in the psych ward, that they'd already done about section right at the start. So that's what we put up on our channel. So we are narrating our story of life and our healing tools in our very own unique backwards way. 11, auburn, grounding. 12, brown, boundaries. 13, chocolate, nourishment, body and soul. 14, bronze, strength, body. 15, amber, creativity. 16, orange, nurture yourself. 17, tangerine, spontaneity and fun. 18, coral, flow and synchronicity. 19, peach, breath of life. 20, apricot, rejoice and laugh. 21, gold, abundance. We've started on the colloidal gold as well. I've been taking colloidal silver for a while, which is all to do with infections and inflammation, or infections, but everything's to do with inflammation in the end, really. Gold, colloidal gold, is to do with pain management and other things. And we've got to Google to see if colloidal copper exists, because I think some of our younger alters have made a discovery that copper is highly beneficial for the collagen malfunction of the protein collagen malfunction in EDS, and stabilizing the weakness in the fascia, the connective tissue, the ligaments. 19, peach, breath of life. 20, apricot, rejoice and laugh. Laughing yoga is so good for you. Even if you start off and feel really awkward, come on, let's give it a go. It always ends up in a little bit of a real giggle. 21, gold, abundance. 22, yellow, purification, body. 23, lemon, innovation. Lemon, we put lemon essential oil in our bath, because lemon, a bath, we also tend to have a bath, which is the subconscious programming from an app that we've got that tells you all the different planetary times throughout the day. Jupiter's expansion, you don't want any more expansion if you're in the bath, because the bath's hot and expands you anyway. You want to counterbalance expansion with contraction. Because with EDS, your muscles become rigid to do the job that the ligaments aren't doing, of stabilizing the body and the joints. But then the muscles get tired, especially if you're doing a job that's not the job that you're meant to be doing, you get extra tired. It's not an optimum use of energy. So the majority of the time we tend to be in the bath when Saturn time comes on, because Saturn's about contraction, and lemon essential oil is also about contraction. So if you're getting into a bath which is hot in the water and expands the body, you need to counterbalance that with contraction energies. But doing hydrotherapy in the bath and putting liquid minerals in the bath, because the digestive system doesn't work very good, the left vagus nerve, means that you absorb about 60% through your skin. So you're getting your minerals through your skin and not just through your digestive system. So although the bath is loosening the body and the muscles that are tight, you have to counterbalance to bring in the rest of it to contract it. So otherwise you get heaps of pain. I remember I went on holiday to Morocco and had a bath and couldn't walk for about a day. It was with someone we were seeing at the time as well. And God, we switched in between loads then. That was there's some good parts there, I think, but I can't remember them at the moment. But the bath's good because the bathtub gives us boundaries to work within. And we started having some of the altars coming through, waking up. We were stuck in a bath for about 7 hours one time. We've been stuck on the toilet while our legs get pins and needles and go dead and disappear for 4 hours. So we get stuck in these, not intoxicated, but paralyzed. I don't know if paralytic means paralyzed, but these paralyzed states. And the paralyzed states that we've gone into with the CPSD and the DID throughout our life, where we've ended up being laying there and someone's been shagging us that we don't want to shag. And we're like, well, don't they know that we don't want to shag us, but we're frozen and we can't do anything? I mean, I didn't understand it then, but I understand it now. And I understand then why men feel like women accuse them of rape and they don't feel like they've raped them, because the woman's probably been in a post-traumatic stress state where she's paralyzed. So she hasn't wanted to do what she's wanted to do, but she can't do anything about it. And then the way men work, I've heard men say that if a woman's wet down there, then she wants it. And that's a load of effing bull. The body and the mind do different things. And we'll have to learn to be more compassionate and listen to other people, not through their words, and even not necessarily through their actions, because if they're paralyzed and they can't do actions, and they're in a state of the freeze modality, we need to listen through the heart body. And it's about developing the heart body more in the Western world. Sorry, it's got a bit deep again, but there's lots of this stuff that we're releasing right now. Yeah, we're going to leave it there. Continue on. Lemon, innovation. 24, white. Lighten up. 25, pearl, divine connection. 26, brilliance, discover your sparkle. 27, silver. Silver is our affinity color, which we learnt from otter, which is our Native American astrology symbol, which goes with Aquarius, which is the animal of play. Silver is the affinity color and like metal, I suppose, but also turquoise. And we said about 4 is the number of persistence, and silver is persistence. Oh, love it. 28, black, dark night's richness. 29, grey, body scanning. 30, emerald, calm, body, mind and soul. 31, green, revitalize, nervous system. There's a load of this one on a few of the book readings that we did, actually, that are up already, that are kind of coming out. 32 number, interesting. Jade, the Maori stone, Punamu, heart healing, action. And it's pine, the perspective of looking up, I think it's pine trees, but looking up trees and out, which is interesting because all of our pictures on our Facebook profile picture and our cover picture all tell a story, and they're going to be the first stories that we produce because we work in the pictures first. Wow. 33, aqua, peace and calm. 34, turquoise, empathy. 35, cyan, confidence. 36, azure, protection. 37, blue, healing. 38, sapphire, regeneration, body. We've always ended up choking on our own saliva and our own breath when the backward networks come into play, and it causes these stuff. It was like we were drowning over and over again before the cycle experience. Oh, that was a minor one of them, because we had a connection and a release. Yeah, not talk about, not talk about, not talk about. Read. READ, DAER. 38, sapphire, regeneration, body. 39, purple, mental clarity. Mental clarity in the heart. 40, indigo, vision. 41, plum, overcome challenges. 42, lilac, faith. 43, mauve, hearing. 44, lavender, connection, body, mind and soul. 45, violet, balanced life. Further resources available from Inna Segal. Got to get our knee moving because it's really painful. How do we do this? The introduction is quite long, so we're going to come back and do another video with the introduction. My God, really? 55 minutes almost. Nobody told me. We'll read the card, yes. And we're going to do what they said. So the card's number 4. We invite you to join in. We're going to do what they say, and we're going to place the card on a part of the body. We thought we were going to place it on our heart, but I think it's our left knee that needs the love. Don't bite me. Hi. That's enough on the knee, okay? We're going to put it on our heart behind the green so that you can see it too as well. To mirror into your heart to let love in. Four, pink, let love in. Pink is the energy of unconditional love, opening your heart and helping to heal heart problems. It assists with releasing emotional challenges and brings tranquility. Pink also helps with insomnia and the manifestation of dreams. Open your heart with delicate pink colours. Love. Become aware of any tension in your body. Take in a deep breath and allow your body to soften. Focus on letting go of any hardness or density. Close your eyes and imagine you are holding the most beautiful pink flower. Breathe in its sweet scent, inviting its beauty and delicateness to open your heart. Then imagine pink light from the flower flowing into your heart and filling it up with unconditional love. Now, think of someone you love, or a place you love, or an animal you love, and allow the love you feel to pour from your heart into his or hers or theirs, or its or nature's. Savor that feeling of love and connectedness. Say, invite you to join in. Divine love, divine love, pour your healing light into my heart. Pour your healing light into my heart, into our heart, into your heart, into their heart. Softening it, purifying it, and rejuvenating it, so that it is shiny, loving, so that it is shiny, loving, and full of enthusiasm. And full of enthusiasm. So much appreciation and gratitude for us, all of us, Shinto Self-Empowerment, in this host body, Neve Deborah Coleman, journeying into our chosen energy vibrations, Zanoni Snowflake Purcell. And to you, the beautiful viewer, our connection to nature and Mother Gaia. So much appreciation and gratitude for energies, multiversal energies, for the clarity, the freedom, the peace, the calm, the eye of the storm, the calm amidst the chaos. So we can all shine our bright and radiate our light inwards first into our own darkness, so that we can hold our light and shine it bright and radiate it out light and strong and sparkly and beautiful in the dark moments of time, to hold the space for where it needs holding. Namaste.